we always have to ask ourselves, are we setting the right goals? We both lived through times in our life where we have set goals that we thought were important at the time, but they were not important at all. They didn't benefit us. They didn't benefit other people. They just simply were not the right goals. So we want to ask ourselves, what are the important goals? What are the big goals? And one way to do this is to apply what's known as the 80-20 rule. And there was an Italian money guy, economics guy, who noticed that the way things laid out in society were kind of in this 80-20 rule. 20% of the people had 80% of the wealth, 80% of the real estate, 80% of the money. 20% of the people ran the other 80%. Whatever it might be, it applied to everything. It applied to the way hospitals do treatment. It applied to pretty much every aspect in life. So when we go to make decisions, how do we know what decisions are important ones for our business or for our family? There are some goals and decisions that we make that are much more highly leveraged than other things that we do in life. And that's what we're trying to figure out here. So if you make a list of 10 goals, I guarantee you 2 of those 10, 20%, will accomplish for you in whatever it is in life you want to do. 2 of those goals will accomplish for you the same as those other 8 or more. So 20% of the goals you will ever make, 20% of the things you will ever do at work, 20% of the things you will ever work on in practice have the same value as the other 80% or greater. So I would encourage you, make the list of 10 goals. Just write them down, 10 goals, look at them and say, okay, if I could only do 2 of these, what would those 2 be? What of those 2 will generate the most referrals? What of those 2 will generate the most income? What of those 2 will make my wife really, really happy? What of those 2 will be really important to my kids as I raise them? What's really important to my business as we move forward? And that's your 20%, and really do those. And don't allow yourself to get bogged down on the other 80%. There are a lot of tasks that we as business people or entrepreneurs have that are just time sucks. And they waste our time. We do not need to be organizing paper clips or making sure the files are completely alphabetized in the file cabinets. We don't need to be doing that. We need to be doing the things that are the most important 20% for us to be doing, spend our time on those.